So today we're gonna be talking about a simple thought on how to be the most effective leader you can be. And first and foremost, my mind goes back to a time I was talking to one of my teammates, and I was moving on, going to college, and he was staying behind in high school, and he was just asking me how to be a better leader. And what I can say from the experiences I've had within myself is to be the most effective leader that you can be, you have to be led by Christ. And why is that? Because Christ is perfect. Jesus is perfect. He's the perfect leader. And if you're being led by any sources that's not perfect, therefore you will not be the most best version of yourself you can be. Even though I will never be perfect, if I'm being led by a perfect source, that's a lot better than being led by an imperfect source. Wouldn't you agree? I figured. But another thing, you have to be a servant leader. You have to serve others. People don't want to follow somebody who's stuck up, who thinks they're higher than everybody and thinks that people should follow behind them. That's not what a good leader is. And Jesus showed us that. And everything he did, he served those that were around him. He washed their feet. He washed the disciples' feet. He break bread with the sinners. He served people that was around him. And due to that, people drew near to him. People wanted to follow him because not only was he a great leader, but he was also a great servant. And servant leadership is the best leadership, the most valued leadership from the follower, because a follower don't want to follow a leader who is not serving them. So pouring into them, loving them, cultivating them, treating them as your own self. And we talked about this today in Sunday school. Love the Lord, thy God with all thy heart, thy soul, and thy mind. But also, this was what Jesus says the greatest two commandments were. So that was number one. And number two, he said, love thy neighbor as thyself. So we have to have love. First, we have to have a love for Christ to be able to cultivate this love for other people. Because if we don't love Christ, we don't know how to love people like Christ did. And even when we do know Christ, it's hard to just love everybody like that. I admit it. But with God, it's a lot easier to love other people and show that love. So to be the best leader that you can possibly be, you have to be tied in with Christ. You have to be following him. And for my men of God who trying to be a man and trying to walk in that way, I tell my girlfriend all the time, you follow me as I follow Christ. Because if I follow Christ and I mess up and you follow me, that's on me. But if you try to go your own way and you mess up while I'm following Christ, then that's on you. So you follow Christ and whoever it is behind you will follow you. And through that, it'll be a lot better. Because if you're following Christ, like I said earlier, sorry, if you're following Christ, like I said earlier, you will be a lot better because of it. And the people who follow you will be a lot better because of it. So follow Christ with everything that you have, and you'll be a better leader because of it. And to be the best leader that you can possibly be, you have to be tapped in with Christ. You have to be in a relationship with Christ because he will lead you as you lead whoever it may be that God has called you to lead. Whether that's just your wife and kids, whether it's just your friends, whether that's your team sport, whatever it is that you're doing, whoever you're leading, your workplace, your environment, your employees, whatever. You follow Christ and he'll lead you and you lead the people that's behind you. So thank y'all for watching. Y'all like this video, stay tuned. There's a video and a subscribe button, or maybe the other way around. Y'all know I don't have this figured out yet. But thank y'all for watching. Until next time, peace.